So everyone, I hope you are all doing well today. I am not doing too bad. Having a look at Sorare here, it's been going okay for me. Obviously this weekend has been the internationals, so we haven't had many fixtures. The MLS games that I had, I will just run you through the teams here now. Now if we have a quick look here for ourselves, I threw the squad together just to see if I could get any points. Did okay. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything from them. 2 DMPs is what it is. So the MLS players that we've got here, we had a Division 2 lineup and 2 Division 3s, which wasn't ideal. A lot of our players didn't have good fixtures, so the Dallas boys and the Portland ones on paper didn't. Portland did well and Dallas won, so, you know, can you really go off them? Probably not. And it brings me to the talking point of this video, and it's where do I deem success from the MLS? And obviously that comes to other competitions as well, but more specifically this is going to be looking at the MLS and where I think I can get the value, because I was having a look at the rewards pool and doing the maths on it, and it just doesn't really make that much sense. Obviously you have streaks. I don't believe that streaks are worth it based on the value of the current goalkeepers, because for example you've got to factor in, okay, you may hit, if you say you hit the $3 one and you can hit that consistently, you can only obviously win that in half of the competitions, so that makes $45 across the season. If you're putting out 3 lineups with in-season goalkeepers, you're going to have to pay more than $45. Obviously you could, you know, say you win the $5 one, so you win $8 10 times, obviously that's $80. That's going to be very, very difficult to achieve, and I think the best return you'll get is just from having classic, or for me anyway. I don't necessarily have the players that will hit them huge scores. Obviously I was hoping that Musa, Lucho, now obviously Kelvin Yeboah, who did really well this weekend, can help me and get close to that. Obviously we would have hit it here this weekend, I believe. I think I would have. I may be incorrect on that, but this lineup here did it alright. It was massively helped by this Kelvin Yeboah hat-trick, and I got the captaincy right on him. But it's more thinking about, okay, where is my strategy going to come from? How am I going to make an ROI on things? And for me, it's going to be buying and selling players. That's what I enjoy doing the most, I think. It's also a lot more reliable for myself than trying to win money in SO5, because I don't think, especially in MLS anyway, it's that attainable. So if we have a quick look on Sorare data, for example, I'll show you a couple of the players that I've been looking to do so with. The first one is Angulo. If we have a look here, so Angulo is currently 578. I paid 440, so that kind of thing. Like, if I think they're going to have a good game week, I make more money from them from their change in price rather than the rewards that I actually get. And I think that's quite common for a lot of players in Sorare. I don't think the rewards pool in the MLS fairly reflects the price of the players, and for that reason alone, that is why I'm changing this. Obviously it takes quite a bit of time. Eddie Ocampo is another example of this. So I didn't pay for Ocampo, but I did him in a swap roundabout here. I did him for my Evan Nilsson. And he's gone up in price since then. I could have sold him at the peak here for £10.90. I haven't, and he's currently about £6.10. I think it's because they lost last weekend. Yeah, 3-1 to Chicago Fire. They're away at Toronto. So I may try and sell him before that weekend. Obviously double the profit, but this is kind of what I'm looking for, these kind of pickups, finding a player that's on the cheap and selling them. Obviously the Dallas, the collection I've got, another example of this is obviously Igor Jesus. Franco Negri somewhat falls into the category. He's not been starting as much recently, which isn't great. If we go to Negri, yeah, so £3.13, I bought him for £6. I'm going to wait and hope his price comes back up again. I mean, if they have some good... Let's have a look at Predictify. I don't know why he's not... I've got a New England player. Yeah, there's not much else out at the moment, but that's fine. So Negri's one of the ones that I paid a good price for, and I could have sold him for a decent bit of profit around here, £8, but I didn't. I held on to him, and that's what I've got to learn to stop doing. So having a look at next weekend, we do have some really, really good fixtures for the MLS. Again, it's looking at, okay, the players that I'm not using, so I've got Ocampo, Angulo, Gregerson. They're the players that I'm going to look to sell this week, try and make some profit on them and reinvest that into the squad the weekend after. That's the goal anyway. This first lineup has really nice fixtures. Obviously Pantemis at home, Lucho, your Boa at home, all of them at home. I think all of these lineups, the first player that isn't at home is Brad Stuver. Obviously with the Dallas lineup it has changed a bit. The one question I do have is if I am looking to sell the collections I've got, because I do like the collection bonus score, but is it worthwhile? So say this Farrington, for example, I paid 177 and he's currently going for 266. Okay, it's a few pence, but is it just worth selling off these collection pieces, taking that profit? Because obviously come the end of the season, I'm not going to be able to make that, but do I think he's going to be able to make that profit? That's currently what I'm trying to decipher. For Contender it's a little bit different. I think I can make the funds back. Obviously if we go to my first lineup here, they haven't released all the pick scores yet, but like so, obviously again buying and flipping sale players, I could have sold this guy up here. His price is back down again. I do not understand this change in price because nothing's happened. He's had 2 DMPs for South Korea, but nothing fundamentally has changed really. He's got a nice matchup this weekend. He's got a double fixture, so this is the kind of lineup I was looking at going for the first squad. But I do again like the fact that I've got that variability in the players I choose, and I do just think I can make some profit from this because like Juan Quintero I paid £1 something for. He bangs it most weeks and the reward pool is just that little bit bigger. Obviously there's more players in it, but you know, I think but the prices also aren't as high. So I just think that Contender makes a lot more sense and I kind of find it more enjoyable. Everyone watches the MLS and everybody's price here is either overpriced or where it should be. Whereas Contender, you can find these cheap players. Like I know I mentioned it before, but like this striker I picked up, Jumin Q. I didn't know much about him. Okay, I paid, what did I pay? £5 for him. Again, his price shot up to £12.70. Okay, that was a special edition, but now his price is like someone bought him for £2.39. They just don't make sense. That's why I kind of like Contender more for SO5 because I think that's where I can make a profit. I've received an offer here. Boubacar Kamara, I'll keep him. Obviously, I'm going to wait for the European season start again because that's where I know most about football. Premier League, Champ, Challenger. I'm going to enter essentially all 5 of them, Bundesliga and La Liga for that fact. That's what I'm holding out for mainly. I'm going to try and take profit here and there from MLS and kind of trade my way to the top because I can't see how anybody can make profits from MLS because Classic is extremely difficult to win anything in. Obviously player prices are lower and kind of stagnant once you get to a Classic card. Obviously if a player loses form and things like that it'll change, but they're a lot more stable. I just think hopefully this guy's back actually for the K-League. I will double check him, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Just Contender just offers that little bit more for me in terms of fun. Yes, not out yet. And that's what I'm looking for. It probably sounds really, really stupid, but for me the best way to play this game at the moment is not through playing it. It's through making money off other people playing it who are losing money by not winning an SO5 essentially. Just because the prices are so high. I've learned so much about this season already. I should have held on before I invested, should have done a bit more research, should have started a bit lower, especially with the MLS, should have waited a few weeks. That's what I'm definitely going to do when the new season starts. Like for example the Rosenborg players that have, Rosenborg, I don't know how you pronounce it, that have obviously have their license. Halseth Nipan, the Football Manager Wonder Kid. 26 cards. Look, the second card is 21.51. If you wait, you can already get him down cheaper, and his price is just going to come back down. I mean, he is a banging card for Contender, so maybe I keep an eye on some of these. But it's just fun, like having these random cards in different leagues and stuff like that you never would know about. And I just think for the MLS, it just, as great as it is, the fundamentals of the getting return and things like that isn't quite there for me at the moment. and just flipping just seems to be the most logical sense. Obviously, like the main cards I've got, like the Lucho Acosta, I don't know where his price is at the moment. Hopefully it's above £22 because that's what I paid for it just. Obviously it's up here, I bought it with market credits. Otherwise I would have lost a ton of money on him. Like these people are here that paid £50. Like you're going to lose so much money. It just doesn't make sense. And obviously learning about how the markets move and things like that has been great for me. So that's kind of, I would say, my new strategy at the moment. Let me know whether you think I should disinvest from Dallas, whether I should disinvest from teams like that. Musa, what did I pay for him? I think I paid about £17 for him, so I'm probably down on him. So I could do with him doing well and being able to turn a break even on him essentially. That's a goal for this card anyway. And the rest of the lineup, there's some pieces in there like Pedrinho, for example, who I paid £1 something for. He's at £2.66. Yeah, I bought him right here because his when did I buy it? 1:45 AM because I was watching the lineups come out and I was like, ooh, Pedrinho starting. Haven't seen that name. Buy it, and then you get this big spike here. Again, I could have so easily sold him here, but I thought no, he's going to do well. So I think that's where I'm gonna learn to be a little bit smarter with players, with flipping, and that's kind of how my strategy is going to change going forward. But yeah, let me know what you think. As I said, get in the Discord. That's where we talk about quite a few of these players that we find. I'm also doing a lot of MFL at the moment. I'm really getting into it. I have a similar strategy with that. I may make a couple videos on it just for the fun of it. But yeah, let me know what you think, and hopefully I'll see you all on the Discord. But yeah, have fun, and I'll see you later.